Midgardy RPG. My name is Hikaru, and this is our game of Harper's Tale, our Extra Life special mini campaign that is about 3 chapters away from finishing. We are sitting at $759 out of $1,000, which is our goal by November 7th. Though I'm not sure how many sessions left we have. Really depends on how much we get done in a session. There's 3 chapters left. So it could be 3 sessions, or it could be 6 sessions if it takes us 2 sessions per chapter.
What?
We'll see. The last chapter did take us 2 sessions, so somewhere between 3 and 6 sessions left. Before we begin, I would like to thank our sponsors. We are sponsored by Roll20.net. They are a free-to-use virtual tabletop solution, which is the one we're using for our games. And I just noticed something on the layout needs fixing. There we go. And yeah, so check it out, make an account, play with it, test it out, play with your friends, be it if they're next door or if they're on the other side of the planet. Good luck scheduling those, though. Might be an issue. Unless one of you is like a morning person and the other's a night owl, then maybe it'll work.
I mean, it happens, or it could just be that they're the next day.
Yeah. I do have one other thing. Roll20 has a con that is happening on the 23rd of October. We will be running a game for Roll20 Con on the 23rd itself. That's Friday the 23rd. We'll be running a Grotto of Nightmares game by DM Dave. So check us out and check the schedule on Roll20 when they put it up. I'm not sure if it's up already. But yeah, they've usually got a lot of goodies. They're not unlocking dynamic lighting this year, but I'm sure they'll have some other features for free accounts as well as goodies that you can buy as donation. This year's donations will be going to Code 2040, so we'll be doing that as well for during our Grotto game. So check it out, and I hope to see you guys there. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Alrighty. Hi, I'm Sho. I'm playing Aiden O'Connor, the Way of the Flying Dagger monk who hopefully will actually get to use his daggers.
I'm Murray. I'm playing Lilita, the Satyr Rogue Sorcerer.
Excellent. So, what happened last session?
We beat the snot out of a spider and out of Dr. Pyrite. The end. And then we shush. And then we made our way back to the Archdruid, who I will not call Archmage again, and talked to him a bit more about the fact that we found a letter that pretty much proved that it was one of his disciples who was doing all this crap. He told us some more stuff about his disciple and everything that happened, and then was like, oh yeah, the last ingredient it is the last ingredient, right?
Yes.
Or was it just the last ingredient you need is in this really, really funky dryad Mavka's domain. Oh yeah, she's the sister of the dryad that was friends with his student. And yeah, she's been corrupted, as has most of her forest. So we're going to go there and try and see what we can do to get some goodwill and maybe the ingredient we need.
All right. So you guys are all set out to travel to the Vale of the Mafka.
Yes.
You are bringing with you, I'm assuming still Cygnus and
Cheddar.
Cheddar.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Along the way, I would like to look for a mussel from my cloak, but not when we got into the actual Vale. Not go out of my way or waste time, but still. If I see one, I'd like to poke it.
Just organizing items.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
All right. Vale of the Mavka is, I think we have a map of the overall area. Where are you?
And it's like on the other side of the forest from where we were, I believe.
Yes. So you have to cross the Nablina Forest, but that's fine. You're familiar with it now. It's friendly.
Well, let's not
Ish.
go that far.
And you're pretty confident that you don't want to kill any animals in here.
Yeah.
Not without the permission of Master Dang.
Yeah. Sadness. Alright, well then I guess I'm not gonna do anything with my cloak. Because it's like, oh yeah, right. Druid Daddy gonna be mad. Oh well.
You notice that you have entered the Vale of the Mavka when the forest of the Vale around you becomes less covered in fog and more twisted and withered.
Oh.
You have been told to look for the Ring of Iron Pillars, which is somewhere in the northern end of the Vale. Within the Ring of Iron Pillars is supposedly a tomb where you can find the last potion. Potion. The red vitriol that you're looking for the cure.
This okay. The Ring of Iron or Pillars of Iron in a Fey forest?
Yes.
That no wonder it's freaking withered even before. If Zio were here, she'd be going crazy.
The trees on either side of this wet, rocky forest path have withered branches, ashen bark, and are twisted into unnatural shapes. A cold gray mist hangs just behind the tree line, obscuring your view, and there's a low, hideous buzzing in the air. And the path forks ahead of you. There are two paths, one to the right and to the left.
Okay. Did Deng say anywhere about anything about?
He just said you had to go north. Both of these are going north.
All right. Which one? Do either of them look more desolate than the others, or more potentially dangerous? Like, do I see more prey foot traffic in one, or more predator?
Not so much as like finding foot traffic, but as you're looking to try to decide which path to take, you notice that on the left-hand path, there's a set of wooden figurines sitting in the grass.
Okay. Do I recognize anything that they're depicting, like the shape of them or whatever?
You crouch down to inspect them, and you realize one looks like a little corgi with a pointy hat. The other looks like a monk, like a friar monk. The other one looks like you, and the other one looks like a satyr with very, very fluffy ears.
Do these look recent?
Recent enough.
I'm gonna look at the rest of them and be like, I really don't like the fact that this is here. Because it means that somebody's watching us. Or anticipating our arrival at the very least.
You can always poke it to see what happens.
My mother told me never to poke suspicious things without a very, very, very long stick.
Don't you have a quarterstaff?
No, I gave it away because one of the girls from my hometown didn't have a weapon, and yeah.
The wizard I was with always liked to poke things. Said interesting results always happen.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the times things went boom. Or, attacked.
Cheddar is just sniffing at them. So, do we go down the path with the figurines or the other one?
Karu, do I get a bad feeling from thinking about going down the path of the figurines? Like, do I think it's a good idea?
I mean, that's up to you.
I know. I was hoping that you'd let me make an insight roll to be like,
You insight yourself?
yeah.
I mean, the left side had figurines of your party. It could be an invitation or a warning. That's up to you to decide.
Does it? Well, are the figurines just like standing,
Mhm.
or are they shaped any particular way, like in pain or like?
No, they just look
Oh,
like wooden figurines of the party.
okay. I'm just gonna kind of lean down at the figurines, frown, point a finger, and make some flowers bloom in the hair of mine in the general shade of my own hair currently. Be like, there, more accurate now. And then I'm gonna look at the rest and be like, well, debating all day is not gonna get us moving, so let's just go and see what happens.
How big are the figures?
They're relatively small. I'd say like a hand's breadth.
So about 6 to 7 inches.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick mine up
Ah,
and then sort of flick the forehead.
Okay. You pick it up. It's made of wood. Nothing happens when you flick the forehead.
Not a voodoo doll.
aren't voodoo dolls usually straw? And don't they
It might be a dryad thing.
I guess, but wouldn't they normally have to have like a nail clipping or hair, or how the heck I know how to do this? I don't know, but my mother always warned me that she'd do it if I was misbehaved too much. So, well, I'm just gonna look at it and be like,
I shall put myself in, or I'll put the figure of myself in my bag.
Seeing you do this, Sir Cheddar grabs the figurine of
yeah,
himself and pockets it as well.
I might as well do the same. And look at Cygnus and be like,
Cygnus looks less than enthused about this, but he's like,
I'm
better take it than leave it here, I guess.
yeah, I'd rather not leave it now that I think about it, because even if it isn't the voodoo doll, it means that somebody here could look at it and perhaps
Recognize us?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, which path are we taking? Left or right?
I mean, the left had the figures on it, so I figured that's the one we were going down.
Okay.
If only because decisiveness.
Left it is.
We were offered gifts. We took them, so we go left.
You know what? Before we leave, I'm gonna just make some more flowers bloom in that area, just because we took something, we leave something.
Okay. The flowers look very out of place in this place that is twisted and withered away,
Yeah, that's fine.
with little spot of brightness in the darkness.
That's okay. I'm just going to vow to myself that I'm gonna do that fairly frequently along the path.
Okay.
Because, you know.
Your group continues down the left path until it opens onto a dry, rocky clearing with a jagged and scorched tree stump in the middle of it. It is very quiet, and the air smells faintly of smoke and ash. Beyond the stump, the path continues to the north.
I'm going to pop, 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 pop a ring of flowers around the tree.
As you get close to the stump, there's this like gentle rustling voice that whispers to you, beware.
Beware of what? It doesn't respond. I'm taking it.
You don't hear anything else.
Okay. I'll look
So
at
you can
the
give me a
rest.
perception check if you want to try to
Yes.
figure out where it came from.
I would.
Okay, give me a perception check.
14.
Okay. You're not sure, but it came from somewhere in this clearing.
I'd like to kind of look around the clearing a little bit more. Just to see if anything looks interesting or out of place.
Okay. I mean, This is a pretty scorched place. There's the stump. Honestly, the only thing that looks like the only feature of this place would be the stump itself.
Mm-hmm. And is there like a hollow spot on the stump or anything?
Do you want to inspect the stump?
Yeah, I'll palm a couple daggers just in case, but I will approach it.
Do you touch it?
No. I do point a finger and make just a singular flower. Pop.
Okay. Give me a nature check.
14.
Okay. You inspect the stump, and given the way it looks, you identify that the tree that used to stand here was a willow tree.
Okay. Does it look like it was cut down? Well, first of all, does it look like it was burned and then cut down, or cut down and burned? Or because if it was, because depending on how it is, it could be that it had been diseased and had to get rid of.
The tree stump is jagged and scorched, so it doesn't seem like there was a straight cut at any point.
Does it look almost like a lightning strike?
More akin to a lightning strike than anything else, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna look at the rest and be like, well, something said to beware, but I couldn't find where it was.
Did you poke the stump?
I'm not touching things that I shouldn't be touching.
What are
But
you
that could
doing?
bring people out.
It also could offend people.
True. Is there a sort of darkened path where, like, if it was a lightning strike and fell over and burnt down, is there sort of like a trail of ash in any particular direction?
No, this whole clearing is pretty covered in ash, or like it's blackened. So it looks like there was some kind of explosion that just cleared this whole area, and you can smell ash in the air and smoke.
Recent?
If I hold my hand over top of the stump, is there heat coming off of it?
No,
Okay, so it isn't super recent,
no.
or it's recent but it has had time to cool off. Then
Do you
This
want
is
to
why I'm
touch
playing
the
monk.
willow, the stump, to see if the stump itself is warm?
I will gently put my hand on top of the highest part.
I'm gonna
Okay.
scoot back a little bit further. Listen,
Aiden is the worst adventurer. He's like, nope, not gonna do anything.
Hey, that's not true. I do things. I just don't disturb. I'm just not the one who loots everything.
Uh-huh. You touch it. It is cold to the touch, actually. But as you touch it, you hear a voice in your mind go, "Beware the easy path, lest you meet she who once my friend, made me as I am. Behind my weeping widow lies a safer way."
Would you be a spirit of the tree or a dryad of the tree?
That is all you get.
Is- So the easy path is not the way to go. And we're looking for the weeping widow? Maybe another willow?
I'm gonna just assume that Lily shared the knowledge with you.
I'm gonna assume. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll share that out after
Okay.
when I get
Well,
no response.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then
Hmm.
Aiden is just going to mutter this all out loud and be like, okay.
So do we just not take any path and just wander through the brush?
Is there anything that... Because I'd be looking around to see if there was anything else that's... You said nothing else in the clearing.
I mean, there's a bunch of trees and such that are on the surround the clearing. There's the path you came from, and another path going north.
Okay. I know this is kind of dumb, but as we go around, I'd like to look to see if there are any more willows.
Okay. Give me another nature check.
Hopefully I'll do better on this one. I did.
Okay. You move around the edge of the clearing, and eventually towards the eastern side, you find a second willow tree.
Okay. I'm gonna point this out, and I'm gonna be like, well, I'm not the smartest, but maybe this, and I'm gonna touch it.
Nothing happens, but as you're touching it and you're like looking at it and everything, you notice that the reason why you couldn't figure out it was a willow earlier was just because it's also been blasted. So while the tree stands, it doesn't have any leaves currently. And a lot of the side that's facing the blasted tree is just stripped of.
Oh, looks painful. Car, you're muted. Yeah, it shows the mute button on Discord.
All right. Learning the new mute button.
You coughed so hard you muted yourself.
Yep. Behind the willow, you find an overgrown path.
Then let's use this one. I am going to kind of take just another few minutes to put like just a little bit of flowers at the base of the tree. Like just make a little bunch of flowers bloom at the base of the tree.
Okay.
About how far from the stump is this tree? Or is this the
It's
wounded
on
tree?
the edge of the clearing, so maybe something like 30 feet away.
Okay. Do we see any other trees that are sort of on the edge? Do they have or the side facing in towards the clearing? Are those also blasted?
Yeah, it looks like the whole clearing was made from this like blast that either destroyed the plants and injured some of the trees that surrounded the willow.
This definitely makes me feel like it was a lightning strike. And I am not comfortable with that. So yeah, you said we found an overgrown path behind that other tree, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll look back and I'll be like, we should take this.
Okay. It's a path, and we're not going to get brambles stuck on our fur, so that's all good. I'll look at Cheddar. That sounds good, right?
Yep, stumpy legs do not like brambles.
Don't worry. If it gets too awkward, you can always just let me carry you.
Okay. Maybe. We'll consider this, depending.
Oh yeah. If it gets too overgrown and brambly.
Mm-hmm. All
I
right.
might even share the dried meat I have with me.
I am not a simple dog that will
I'm gonna pull it out. It's sweet meat, honeyed.
fall for treats like that. Come on, let's keep going.
I'm gonna take a bite.
It smells good. You continue down the overgrown path until it gets into like a narrower, and it follows the edge of a murky green pond, and you see an ugly horned frog that squats on a lily pad, just staring at you.
I'm gonna look at Sir Cheddar, and then at Lilita and Cygnus, and be like, well, I mean, he doesn't look aggressive, right? He's just staring
He's
at
just
us.
staring as you come forward.
I am going to just say hello in Sylvan. Give a little bit of a bow. See if he looks like he understands, or they understand.
he gives a croak and then goes, "The god of frogs demands all who pass by show their respect by frog hopping rather than walking."
Oh. I'm gonna grin at the rest, and then I'm going to just kind of hop, 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 but using, monk hops, like, to get the height that a frog would have.
I would like to point out that if we were playing in person, this demands that the players actually get up off the table and start frog leaping around the table.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
don't expect me to do that over online, because there's no way I wouldn't drop my laptop.
Okay, so you leapfrog across to the other side of the pond. Cygnus looks absolutely embarrassed as he follows you and trips over his robes many times. And by the time he gets to the other side, he's just like covered in mud.
I will hop.
As the rest of them hop across, I'd like to watch the frog to see if it looks satisfied or at least amused.
The frog absolutely looks satisfied, and very amused, especially when it comes to Sir Cheddar's turn, and Sir Cheddar has the hardest time just corgi hopping forward.
Oh, does his little rump give a wiggle every time he prepares to hop?
Yeah, absolutely. You get to the other side, and the frog speaks once again and goes, "The frog god is pleased, but also demands you compose and sing a short song celebrating all that is good about frogs."
I'm gonna look at the higher charisma person in the group, Sir Cheddar, as well. Because he's higher charisma. I have a charisma of 9.
Oh yeah, but I'm not composing the song. You guys have to compose it.
I don't.
Oh no. Oh no. This is not good. Because Trestums are like cats. Cats eat frogs and they were tasty.
No. Oh no.
I know. But that's what I know.
I'm just gonna go through and start singing the 5 little speckled frogs. Don't expect me to actually sing. I'm not playing a bard.
What is the 5 little speckled frogs?
What?
I have never heard of this.
Hold on.
Remember, I am not from the States or Canada or anything like that.
I will, in fact, post it.
Okay.
This is a kindergarten song, isn't it?
It is. Which is the only reason that Aiden would know it.
I don't know. It's supposed to be a song that is all that is good about frogs. That's just frogs eating bugs.
But frogs eating bugs is good.
It's true.
And they're happy and content with tummies full of food.
I suppose it's not the best song he's heard, but at least he doesn't attack you and lets you pass.
Good. I'm gonna bow and do one last over-the-top frog leap out of his sight.
Or else it was going to be time to roll initiative. Wow.
Sorry.
It's a good thing you didn't roll initiative. That thing is terrifying. Alright.
Yeah. I was not going to fight things that I didn't have to fight. And he's not a caster. Well, maybe he's not a caster.
Alright, so you continue down the path until it forks again, going north and south.
South, but we need to go north, right?
You were told that it was to the north, yes.
Firstly, I'm going to look to see if there are more figurines or anything ridiculous around.
Nope.
Okay. Anything else interesting or out of place?
Nope.
All right, I'm just going to look back and be like, oh, we should continue going north then.
All right. You continue going north for a short while, and then you see the path branches again. So you're on a path going north, and then there's like a separate branch that goes slightly southeast that branches off the path that you're on.
Southeast? How far away? I mean, it just continues out of sight, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. This is a forest.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame I didn't ask for better directions.
But it's time for adventure.
My adventures are how to use ricochets with knives.
That's practice.
All right, well then, I'm just gonna keep going north.
Okay.
I'll also use prestidigitation while we're walking to clean up Cygnus.
He thanks you profusely. You continue north until you reach a broad green lawn that contrasts sharply with the withered vegetation that you've encountered everywhere else in the Vale. In the center of this area, there is a fountain of veined white marble ornamented by a headless statue holding a large acorn.
I recognize. Oops, sorry.
Around the fountain, you also see like this like brightly colored butterflies that are like flying around.
Karu, do I recognize the breed of butterfly?
Give me a nature check.
Do I recognize the breed of butterfly?
Oh, God. I'm like, this is gonna be a high DC. Okay. Yeah, these are called greater death butterflies.
Yeah, What do I know about them aside from the fact that death is in their name?
They're the result of there's certain butterflies that eat carrion, so like dead meat. And death butterflies are what happens when these butterflies that eat meat end up eating the corpse of a fiend, demon, or similar creature.
Oh. So they're bad news. We don't want to get anywhere near them.
Probably not.
Okay. Is there anything else in this clearing? Like, does the path continue?
No, it does not. The statue you were asking about is a female humanoid, and it is holding an acorn. There seems to be an inscription on the base of the statue.
And how far away is the statue?
It's in the center of the field.
Yeah.
About 30 feet away from you.
Damn it. How big is the writing? Pardon me, darn it.
You'd probably have to get a bit closer to read it.
I'd like to scoot just a bit closer, hoping to not catch the butterfly's attention.
Okay. You get close enough to see it, and you notice that you notice two things. One, it looks like the head of the statue is on the other side of the fountain. And the inscription on the statue says, "Beloved Arpistis."
Oh. Is there anything else interesting in this particular clearing, like a tree?
Just the immaculate-looking fountain with crystalline-looking water.
Okay. Well, this is clearly not what we were looking for.
Probably not.
I have no desire to agitate those butterflies. Because I will likely wind up having to kill them, and I'd rather not. So I'm going to look at the rest and be like, well, I don't see anything here. I'm just going to make a mental note of this place, and then we should go back to the last place that it forked.
Should we try to... Well, do you think things would work if we fix the statue before we leave?
I mean, we could try, but... and then I'm going to look back at the butterflies. We probably would have to deal with them.
I can be sneaky. Like a cat.
I'm just gonna,
There
like,
is
look
no
Lily
cover, so
That-
unless you are turned
Yeah.
invisible, you will be in, like, there's no sneaking.
Being very quiet. Do not draw attention.
But the thing is, even if you're quiet, they can still see you.
Okay.
1 second. I just have to check something really quickly.
So Cheddar does have invisibility, though.
That's what I was looking at. And also, I believe Twin Spell. So 2 of us could, if we needed to. I'm gonna turn to Sir Cheddar and give them a puppy dog eyes. Do you want to make it so we're not seen?
And then what are you gonna do? Go up there and what?
I mean, Karu, how many of those butterflies are there?
It's a
How
swarm.
big are they? How big?
The swarm itself is huge.
Oh,
Just before we do this, Cygnus, do you have mending?
Let me check.
if he did, he would be mending. He would have mended his book.
Yeah, he does not have mending.
I do not have that ability either.
I should reset that.
I mean, technically, Sir Cheddar could try it, but there's always the chance that it could backfire. And
Yeah, that's true.
and backfiring would not be wise. Oh. Though. He does have fabricate though. Maybe a little bit over the top for what we need to do. But he still has it.
No, I don't think that would particularly work for what we need.
I mean,
but
it
was worth a thought.
We're gonna have to, man, we're gonna have to kill them.
I mean, as far as you know, they are a, like, demon-haunted butterflies that are not exactly good news.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill them. I mean, we could try... The worst thing I could think that we could do is to try killing them with fire. Because fire, with the lawn here, with the grass here, I don't want to ruin more of the forest than is already ruined. But that's
We can come back on the way once we finish.
Yeah. Let's...
That way we can sort of have a better idea of what potentially needs to happen. because it'd be a shame to have to fight now and use too many resources
Yep.
and then get into another fight and not be able to handle it because we don't have those resources again.
All right. Well, let's come back and do this later.
Okay. Just as I finish prepping the map.
Sorry, not sorry. Swarms are bad news, and you said this was huge.
Yep.
Which means I don't like it.
Well, the stream got to see me prep a map in like 2 seconds. Because thankfully I did a forest clearing. Though it's not quite.
Regardless, let's go back to where it forked southeast, I think it was, right?
Southeast, yes.
And follow that one, I suppose.
Okay.
And I'm just keeping this all in my mind to keep track of which way we went. Because I have the Outlander's Wanderer.
Alright. So, we continue down the southeastern path until you get to another wide, flat clearing that is covered in coarse yellow weeds. There's a pile of slick, fresh bones near the northern tree line.
Great. Awesome. And the Archdruid didn't say anything about anything near where we had to go, right? Just that it was north?
Just that it was north.
Unhelpful old bat. I mean, does it look like there's anything else in this clearing? Or just those bones?
Past the bones, you can see what looks to be a break in the trees that might be a path heading north. As you're looking at that, a fresh bone appears out of thin air and drops into the pile.
Oh! Where did it appear from? Like, what part, around what part of the air?
Just like on top of, like directly on top of it.
Was there any disturbance in the air, like, to denote it coming from inside something?
It just popped into view. You weren't expecting it, so you can't exactly
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Sir Cheddar and be like, hey, do you want to detect magic? See if there's something there?
Sure. He casts Detect Magic. There's definitely something magical on the northern side of this clearing. I can't see it though, because that's not how the spell works.
So, and you said that there was a break in the tree line?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look at him and be like, you better make sure that you have mage armor up. Because I have a feeling we might have to go that way. And you said that was the northern part, so it's kind of another north. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's at Will. He probably casts it every morning.
Oh yeah. He can kind of see where it is, right? Even though he can't see what it is.
He knows that there is magic to the north. That's it. Like a general direction. He does not get a like pinpoint location.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna go that way.
Should we maybe try sneaking past whatever it is?
I guess, but I mean, we could do it like by following the edge of the clearing, right? And using the tree line there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'd probably would be doing it over this way. And I'm gonna look at Sir Cheddar and be like, you might wanna. I'm gonna glance particularly at Cygnus. Maybe cast invisibility on yourself and Cygnus. Because I know you can do that, right?
Yeah.
Cast it on two at once.
Okay.
Just to make it a little easier.
No, it's not doing anything. Alright, so he will, and that's, twin spell is 1 sorcery point per level.
So 2.
And Cygnus and Sir Cheddar go.
Great. I'm going to kind of go into the tree line and start sneaking around.
Alright.
And here is where I point out. Hold on. Where did my character sheet go? Here is where I point out I have a thing for Lotuston halflings. Called. Hold on. I have to find the right one. Timberwalk. Ability checks made to track you have disadvantage, and you can move across difficult terrain and non-magical plants and undergrowth without expending extra movement.
Okay. Unlike what the map shows, obviously this place has twisted, non-green, mainly empty trees. I do need stealth checks.
Yep.
From everyone.
Why did... Oh no, Sir Cheddar. 17 for me. Oh no, Cygnus, this is why I had you invisible, but at the same time, cried.
Even with advantage.
I know, that's why I did it to them. Hopefully this is a group check. Gosh darn it.
God, how do I do a group check when there's 4 of you?
Divide it by 12. 23 plus 17 plus 9 plus 8. I mean, you can always do it number of passes versus number of fails. Oh no, because there's 4 of us. Oh, rip. Does this even work? Nope. If there was 3 of us, we would have passed it.
Okay, so it's half or more that have to pass for a group check.
Oh, good.
Which means that Aiden and Lilith are carrying the party.
Honestly, at one point I would have actually suggested that Sir Cheddar got into my arms before we started too. So, but
yeah, in 5th edition, the way group checks work is it's pass or fail for everyone. If half or more of the party succeed, then the group succeeds. There's no average. Good. So that gets rid of the whole having to do math.
Excellent. Well, so I guess we did it without it, whatever it was, hopefully noticing us.
Yeah, every time, like, you take your time because you're trying to be careful and you're having to guide Cygnus and Sir Cheddar so they don't step on broken, like, dried sticks and stuff. And every few minutes, another bone appears out of thin air and is added to the pile.
Okay. How close do we have to get to the break in the trees?
Pretty dang close. The break in the trees is basically just north of the pile of bones.
Lovely. So we're just going to keep on going.
Okay. As you get closer to the pile of bones, you can smell the stench of rot.
Yeah, I'm going to resist the urge to make flowers bloom to counteract that smell. Yes, can I help you?
And Lilita, as you approach with the others, you hear the sound of old female voices crunching on things and slurping and like eating.
Hags. Why did it have to be hags?
But you get to the northern side, undiscovered.
Which direction do I hear that sound from?
From the left side of the pile of bones.
Come on, let's go. Time to go.
Yep.
Okay. And you all sneak to the northern side and continue onward.
Well, this is certainly not the easy path.
All right. Move back to the start.
Whew. Thank goodness. Because you said voice says, and I was like,
You continue on the northern path. Oh no. Wait, do I not have a picture?
oh no.
Hi, why you fail me?
Hey.
Alright. No. I don't think I saved it. Alright, give me a second to give you guys a visual. No, I don't think I should be showing this immediately, but apologies to the stream who gets to see all this happening in real time. All right. So the stream gets to see it first. A ring of 8 worn iron pillars, each one 12 feet high, surround a dirt mound covered in yellow grass. Strange runes are engraved on the pillars.
Do any of the party recognize what language they're in?
No.
Dang.
Do they seem like magic runes?
They probably.
Could I see if I recognize any? On my time
No,
with the wizard?
they are not exactly like magic runes as such. These are in a language that you do not recognize.
Okay.
They may be used as a magical like thing, but you can't read them because they're in a language that you do not recognize.
Okay, I'd like to just ask Sir Cheddar to see if there's any magic lingering in the air.
Okay. He casts detect magic and is like, oh yeah. All those pillars are glowing.
Yeah. Okay. Note to self, be careful on pillars. Do you recognize what school of magic it is?
I mean, basic is enchantment. There's also conjuration magic.
Oh.
And there's another.
Enchantment, conjuration.
Oh, that's conjuration too. Alright, so yeah, enchantment and conjuration.
I was honestly expecting abjuration.
Bit of transmutation too.
Interesting. And Kerr, where we had to go, was that past the runes? Or no,
No, it
past the runes,
was
past the pillars?
at the pillars.
At the pillars?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like, was there something below them, or?
There's supposed to be a tomb at the
Okay.
pillars. That's what you were told.
Alright. I mean, I guess we have to approach them then. Being very careful not to disturb things or set things off unnecessarily.
Okay. So where are you approaching?
Are they all equally spaced out?
Yes.
Or do any of, okay, I was going to ask if any of them looked clearly like they were an opening, or
No,
clearly further spaced apart.
So there's 8 rings. They're basically like, think obelisks, like a bar, like an iron bar of black.
Mm-hmm. Did Master Dang say whose tomb this was?
No. He just knows that it's called the Ring of the Iron Pillars.
Once again, useless information.
If we were to circle around the pillars as the whole, like on the outskirts of them, are there any like plaques or anything that denotes who's what these are?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of look at Sir Cheddar and be like, I'm gonna try something just to keep your magic eyes up. And I'm gonna take one of my oldest and plainest looking throwing knives. And I'm just going to very, very carefully, very casually just chuck it in between some of the pillars, see if there's any reaction from it.
No reaction. Your
Okay.
dagger falls on the grass, on the mound.
Okay. I'm going to then use my action to call it back to me.
Okay. Comes back to you.
Good, good, good. And I'm gonna look at Sir Cheddar and be like, was there any bit of magic flair? I doubt it.
Nope.
But, okay.
It's too bad I don't have comprehend languages.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sad that I don't know anybody who knows it.
So what do we do?
I mean, we're just gonna have to approach. You've got Dispel Magic, right? In case something goes wrong.
I do. Do you want me to try that on a pillar?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
I don't know if doing that will unbalance it and then cause a chain reaction, then a
That would be bad.
Yeah.
I'm also pretty sure I have to touch things for just no. Yeah? No. No.
Not necessarily. I think it's range of 30 feet. But it's an action instead of a reaction.
Yeah.
Well,
120 feet actually. All right.
Okay. So I'd like to just kind of circle around, see if there's any kind of opening, like a tomb-like entrance. I know that you said that the pillars themselves were equally spaced, but
okay. So you're going.
That's not what I'm kind of circling it to see if I see an entrance.
Are you circling outside of the pillars?
Outside of the pillars first.
Okay,
and
so
getting closer.
The mound itself looks pretty uniform. It's like a slight bulge of dirt in the center, and it's covered in just yellow grass. But there doesn't seem to be any entrances or any depressions or anything beyond that from any point.
Well, I mean, we're just gonna have to get closer and closer, and then I guess pass through. Somebody has to.
Okay, so are you?
I can try.
Okay.
I'll take the lead.
Okay.
And I'll walk between the two southernmost pillars.
All right. So you pass between the two southernmost pillars. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Would this be a magical effect? For purposes of magic resistance?
Yes.
16.
Okay. You walk through the pillars, and all of the pillars, the runes on them start glowing blue, and lightning crackles, and it goes from each of the pillars towards Lilita. Lilita, you manage. Do you take damage on a failed if it's half on a success?
I have infused elements, which is my 6th level elemental essence ability.
Okay.
And it says I have resistance to my damage type associated with my heritage, which is lightning.
Lightning. Okay, good to know.
So if it deals half damage on a save, I'll take a quarter damage.
Right. Excellent. Great. So let's see how much damage you take. That would be 7.
Okay.
And now I can show the picture because it kind of gave away the trap. Now you can actually see what this all looks like.
I'm all poofy from the static that's left behind.
Yeah. It happened as you passed. It just like it shocks you as you enter. After that they like die down again and are the same as before, and you are now inside the circle of pillars.
Could I sort of poke around the ground, sort of seeing if there's any way to like find like any hidden entrances? If like there's anything strange about the mound inside?
You take a good 10 minutes to examine the mound while the rest of your party look horrified about trying to enter the circle of pillars. You don't find anything beyond the fact that this is a mound of dirt in the center.
Hey Karu, how tall are the pillars?
Probably something like 15 feet.
Great. So it's just a mound of dirt, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna do something that's probably stupid. I'd like to step of the wind and kind of jump above and over them.
Okay.
So I'm not actually passing through them.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting way of trying to get through it. Give me a con save.
Yeah, I figured that wasn't gonna work. And it's not a dex save, so I can't even use evasion on it. Oh no.
Oh no.
Hold on. You know what? I'm not gonna bother. This is not gonna be fun. Oh, and I took 1 less.
Zap! As you take 29 lightning damage. Meanwhile, your 2 squishy party members are like, and
I mean, the only other thing I would have thought to do would be to have Sir Cheddar use Dimension Door. Because I wasn't sure how teleporting was gonna work.
So Cheddar's like considering just dispelling magic, but also they're like, you guys are inside and haven't, like, you don't see any way to enter the place yet.
Yeah.
So Cheddar's just looking at the pillars. He's like, what if the pillars have to do with the way in?
Do you have to like touch them?
Maybe, but there's probably an order. How do we know the order if we can't read the words?
As wizards tend to say, trial and error.
We don't have the health for that.
We have clerics.
Cygnus is like,
As I cough, and my hair is like oh god, the frizziest of frizz. Speaking of clerics.
Yeah,
that hurt.
Actually, Sir Cheddar can probably do this better because he can twin spell it. Oh wait, no, but he has the only touch. No, he has healing word. He can twin spell healing word for you guys. Let's do a level 4.
Cheddar, before you do this, if we can sort of figure this out first by poking them, like touching them and trying to figure out the order, it might be better to hold off on heals at the moment.
That depends on which one of us does it. I mean, it's probably better for you to do it.
Yeah.
Because you at least don't immediately
go poof.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I forgot he had cast invisibility earlier, which triggers could trigger a wild magic surge. But we're good. All right. So, yeah, okay. I can not heal. Actually,
I'm just gonna kind of glare at Lolita because
I
got a lot more hurt.
To be fair, a level 4 spell will cost a lot of spell points. I'll just healing word Aiden while you do your thing.
Okay. So
that was the weakest 4th level heal ever.
You know,
take 10 hit points.
I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna see if I still have any potions of healing.
Probably have a lot of those.
Probably. I have 3 potions of greater healing.
Then you're fine.
So I'm gonna chug one of those as well. Greater healing is 44 plus 4, right?
Yeah. Would have been easier to just do two 1st level spells. I hate healing word for that reason. Wow.
Yeah.
This place is not great for healing, apparently.
So, looking at the pillars, would they be in like sort of cardinal directions? Like north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest?
Yes, they are.
And that? Okay. What would... and it's late summer, correct? For season?
Good question. I think so, maybe. Why are you asking?
Just trying to think if whoever created these might have done some sort of had them in time with like solar movements and like the equinoxes.
I mean, it's possible. You do know they are made of iron because it's in the name.
Yeah, and Fae tend to do badly with, and Fae get burned by cold iron, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so
this is either holding a Fae in or keeping Fae out.
Yeah. I will go and put my hand on the westmost, or this west pillar.
Okay.
And see if anything happens with that.
Sorry, I got a bit lost here on the map. Okay, so you touch the west one. So each of the pillars has like a what looks like a single word carved into each of them. When you touch the westmost one, the runes themselves start to glow slightly. There is no reaction in terms of damage or lightning, but you do get a soft glow from the pillar.
Okay.
Nothing else happens.
I will then go to the south pillar and gently put my hand on it.
So you're skipping the southwest. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you go to the south one and you touch it, and again, the single word starts to glow faintly.
I will skip southeast and go to east.
Okay. Again, when you touch it, there's a soft glow.
And then I'll head to north, skipping the northeast.
Okay. You touch this one, and there's the same glow, but this one's a bit brighter than the others. And nothing happened.
Brighter than the others.
I will next go to northwest.
Okay.
And put my hand on that one.
There's a soft glow.
Let's see. I will sort of scooch across the clearing to southeast.
Soft glow.
I'll go up to northeast and touch that one.
Soft glow.
And then southwest.
Soft glow.
So it's probably the northern.
Okay.
Hey, Karu.
Yep.
As each were touched, was it only the one that was touched that glowed at that time? Or did they remain touched or remain glowing?
They just have like a soft glow, and then they when you stop touching them, they stop glowing.
Okay.
Did the north one still glow with its deeper color?
It is not glowing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I will go back to north.
Okay.
Put my hand on that one.
Deep glow.
Okay. To south.
Soft glow.
Okay.
It's like brute forcing a password. It's like brute forcing a password.
Yeah. Because basically what it is that because the north, the logic is because the north one has a different glow, that's the first.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically you have to do the north and then the other ones. So she basically keeps going back to the north, and then because we know that northwest didn't trigger, south didn't trigger, she'll go north and then northeast.
Deep glow for both.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, your corgi friend outside of the circle just hates these things already.
Yeah, me too.
And he's like, why don't we just dig into it? It's a mound,
No.
right? There's probably
No.
you just dig your way down.
No.
I will go from northeast, which triggered the deep glow, to east.
Okay. Deep glow.
Then southeast.
Deep glow.
To south.
Deep glow.
Southwest.
Deep glow.
Then west.
Deep glow.
Then northwest.
There's a rumbling of the ground as the center mound disappears, and you see a set of limestone stairs spiraling down into the darkness.
I figured it out.
Good job.
Password was
I
1,
did.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
because I have a notepad in front of me, and I was actually writing out or sort of have that out. And it's like, okay, if I touch this, what do I get? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, and I was putting lines in and everything. It's like, okay, there's some sort of like pattern that they're supposed to have.
Yeah. I mean, the easy way to do this if you have comprehend languages, because then you have what each of the words is.
Yeah.
First, second, third, fourth, fifth.
No,
sixth.
it actually spells something out, but that's something you guys won't know because you don't have.
I feel like
comprehend
we should still
languages.
write what the runes are in sequence down for later.
You
Because we
could.
do have a wizard that we're gonna need to keep busy.
Your divination buddy.
Yep.
All right. So you make your way down, and this is a long flight of steps. Wait, you still have 2 people outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you doing? We still have to figure out whether or not the trap will activate for them too. One of you go in, and if you get knocked down, the other one will pick you up. Cygnus, you first.
Cheddar.
What if
question.
Yeah.
Before you use magic, your detect magic, does the aura still stand?
He has to cast it again, but he goes, yeah, the aura's still there.
And it's still the same as before?
Mm-hmm. I don't like these things. I'm Fae.
Yeah. Hey, Sir Cheddar, do you have Misty Step?
Yeah, I do. Well, I have Fae Step.
Well, do you want to try it?
I could. You think Fae Step is going to be stopped by iron pillars?
I mean, you could always Dimension Door.
That would be the safer bet. At least it's not Fae magic purely. Kind of. What if I just dispel magic on the pillars?
What if that locks the tomb again?
That's true. All right, I can.
If you were to try to pass physically through, that would harm you a lot more, wouldn't it?
Considering how much damage, and I'm not that.
I'm still very upset that it's a Constitution saving throw and not a Dexterity saving throw. Because if I had passed that, I wouldn't have taken any.
Considering how much damage Aiden took, that might, take me down. Sir Cheddar has 35 hit points. It might leave him up.
We could try if I carry you, and I basically could use my body to block the damage to you.
I don't know if that would work. Could just Dimension Door.
Yeah.
I cannot take anyone with me, I think.
Well, you could take me, but I'm already...
You're a small creature?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look at him. I know I'm a little tall for a halfling, but I'm still a halfling.
Your size or smaller. Yeah, he
actually.
Cannot. What?
Cygnus.
Yes?
Are you gonna
Let's
run
trade. And I cast Negative Image, trading places with Cygnus.
He's like, what? Okay, what does that do?
I create a shadow tunnel between my location and one other creature I can see within range of 120 feet. You and the creature instantly swap positions. If the target creature is unwilling to exchange places with you, it can resist the effect by making a charisma saving throw. On a successful save, the spell has no effect.
Okay. All right. So Cygnus is I mean, he's not expecting it, but he just switches places with you, and now he's inside the thing, and you're out. And he's like blinking. Was like, what just happened?
Magic.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we getting Sir Cheddar in? And I guess Lilita.
I will quickly dart back through the gate.
Okay. Give me a con save.
22.
You're good. So you take that would be 8 damage, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 8.
I'm good at it. Okay, so you take 8 damage, and Sir Cheddar is just gonna Dimension Door in, because
I was just going to teleport or Negative Image him in.
Oh, is that a spell?
It's a level 2 spell.
Oh, level 2
instead of a level 4 spell. Okay.
Yeah. So I basically boop, and then
Sir Cheddar's inside.
And then I shall walk back in.
Okay. Well, let's see if you're okay. Your con is still holding on. Oh, wow.
How many? So that is just 5.
Wow, that's just 5 damage. All right, cool. You are so lucky.
A little rough now, though. Yeah.
I did not take the average for that roll, because the average is 36 lightning. But because I know my rolls, I tend to roll these things, because I know there's more likely to roll lower. Cygnus is going to give you a quick Cure Wounds. So take 10 healing.
Thank you.
Aiden, do you need a heal?
I would save it. I'm not that far off from max. I'm not far off from perfect condition.
Okay.
And if I have to, I still do have another potion.
Should I grant you some measure of protection against death before we descend?
If you wanna. That might be wise.
Okay. We don't know what's down there, but I don't like this place.
I don't either.
Alright, he's gonna cast Death Ward on you.
Okay.
So if you drop, you basically get the effect of
or a half orc.
Half orc, yeah.
Yep.
Stone's Endurance. All right, so we don't have a map for this one because
oops.
But you descend down, so we're gonna do this. I am so curious if I could.
Don't be curious now.
Cygnus, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you have any spells that help us see in the dark?
No.
Open.
I do have light. And that. I can cast light.
Because I have light as well. I'll cast light as well.
Okay.
So we have 2 sources.
So I'm actually curious if I can set up this using my Roll20 things, but I'm gonna go on a quick break to see if I can do that. So break time, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.